So I just finished watching Like a Dragon, the Amazon TV show version of one of my favorite video game series that I've been playing all the way back since like the PS2. I was really excited about it because the last show that I watched was Fallout by Amazon, and I actually thought they did a really great job. I don't know that it was like the perfect show, but it was a great show. And I kind of thought they might do something all right with Like a Dragon. There was some controversy that happened with this TV show before it came out that kind of made me a little more cautious about it before I went into it. And the whole thing was, the very controversial topic of telling the actors that they can't play the game or be aware of any sort of source material because they want to do their own thing. And I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritty details of all that. I'm sure there's a bunch of videos, people ranting, and you may have seen stuff online that talk about it as well. But it's just kind of a thing that people don't like. Now, I'm one of those people that think that when you do an adaptation, it's okay to make changes. And in fact, as much as I really didn't like the Cowboy Bebop show that Netflix did, I felt like if they kind of did their own thing with it and they separated it from the main story and did kind of a spin-off story, it would have actually probably been a pretty good production overall. They're trying to stay connected to the main source material while also deviating in ways is really where their problem was. As far as like a Dragon is concerned, it's literally so deviated in my opinion that it doesn't really even feel like Yakuza or Like a Dragon whatsoever at all. It's just the vibe of it, the overall feeling that you get when you're watching this show and seeing these characters. It comes off nothing like the game whatsoever. And I've seen a lot of people comment this, and I totally agree that really, if the show was just a Japanese crime drama, no affiliation to Like a Dragon, it would probably be a somewhat mediocre show. The only reason why anyone would really try to click or watch it is for the Yakuza name or the Like a Dragon name, and it just doesn't hit any marks at all. So, I don't like the actors, and I think that it's kind of a personal choice that I don't like them. I think that Kiryu could be a little bit beefier, and he could look older. He could look more, I don't know, matured, and he seems to just look kind of like a little skinny boy in Kiryu's suit the whole time, which is silly, but again, that's kind of a personal preference. And the other character that I think that they just slaughtered is it's more objective that Majima is just done dirty. He's done absolutely terrible. And I don't know if they're planning on developing his character. There's only 3 episodes out at the time of me doing this. And he's just lame. He's really lame. When you think of Majima, in my opinion, you think of kind of like a really tough, hardened guy that's terrifying. But a big part of that is because he's psychotic. You don't know what his next move is going to be. You don't know how he's going to act. He's had some interactions in the game with Kiryu that are just astounding, where you just think that he's just ruthlessly vicious, and then he just starts maniacally laughing and acting like a total crazy person, like in a silly way. And this character is just as flat as could be. In the 3 episodes, the only kind of personality that you see from him outside of just being stoic is like one time during this scene that I won't mention, he like sticks his tongue out, which is a weird thing to do, but I mean, that doesn't even come close to driving the point of who he is and what makes his character so great. As far as Kiryu goes, again, just based off physical presence alone, I think he just can't carry the weight of his character, but he's also just not written the same way. I mean, the first episode literally starts off with them like in some sort of Ocean's 11 like heist scene or something, and you just know that the entire tone of it is all wrong. And I don't know, it's just, it gets worse from there too. Another big issue that I have with the series so far is that it doesn't seem like it's connected very well. There's a lot of issues with the writing, which I'm sure people would be like, oh, if you just knew Japanese or whatever, maybe it would be better. We watched it dubbed. It's just the way that they tell the story, the way that they show the characters and the scenes, it's just It's silly. They're doing this jump back. It's just a back and forth over and over and over and over again from 1995 to 2005, from 1995 to 2005, from 1995 to 2005. And it's just really hard to keep a whole lot of anything straight. And it's just weird. I don't know where they're going with it. There's parts that are connected to Like a Dragon, but it all just kind of ends up feeling really surface level. Characters are not the same, they don't act the same, they don't do the same things. There's a lot of altered scenarios that go way off the beaten path, and I just don't think it was for the good. It really does actually make me feel like everyone's complaints about telling people, the actors, to stay away from knowing anything about the characters or the game or the show or whatever, was a terrible idea, just as terrible as everyone thought that it would be. It's like one of those situations, really. How far this goes, I don't know. I am going to watch the whole series, like I said. I think if you've never seen Like a Dragon before, you can find a pretty mid show. I mean, really, at worst, it's just a little confusing. If you have no connection with the characters, no connection with the story, you don't know anything about anything Like a Dragon, and you're watching it just totally raw, just like it's just something, it's okay. I didn't really feel like I was being tortured watching it. It just gets a little confusing at times. Cinematography is okay too. I noticed there's just some really corny stuff. They do like these weird drone shots a couple times that are really shaky. On our TV at least, I don't know if it was HDR or whatever, but the show was just painfully dark the entire time. There's scenes, especially at the beginning, that are just, they're so blacked out that it's hard to even see exactly what's going on. And it's just a lot, in a lot of ways it feels like there's just some sort of amateur hour going on with the production. I don't know how much money they had invested or who the people were working behind it, but I don't really see it as being anyone's best effort. So yeah, I just overall, I wanted to talk about this kind of in really loose, generic ways, and just, the TLDR of all of this is that if you have no idea what Like a Dragon is and you want to watch some sort of a crime show, you have a pretty mediocre 3 episodes here. And if you like a Dragon, you're going to have to let go of everything that you know, everything whatsoever, any connection, any idea with stuff, to be able to watch this without just beating your head against a wall. Anyway. I'm Dre with Yokuso Otaku. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down and subscribe to Yokuso Otaku for more anime, news, reviews, gaming, and other stuff we do.